We got a 2018 Chrysler Pacifica. The engine was bad in it, so we replaced the engine, put everything back together, and guess what? The car was not starting. When we pushed the ignition, as soon as we pushed the ignition, it would, the starter tries to engage and it cuts off, and it would never start. So the next 8 to 10 hours, we're trying to figure out what's going on. We changed few parts to eliminate. We changed the engine fuse box here. Also, we replaced the battery terminal fuses, but none of that helps, so we had to figure out what's going on. We pointed out that maybe the starter is bad, so we took the starter out and we performed a test which helped us to figure out what exactly is the problem. So here's the starter that we took out. It's a brand new starter, actually installed recently. And initially we thought that the starter is bad and that's what's causing the issue. We actually ran a wire and a bypass wire to initiate the starter, to start the starter, and we can hear it running, but it did not spin the flywheel. So here's what we figured out, and we're working on it to fix the problem now. All right, so here's the old engine, the bad engine that came out of the vehicle. This is what we did. We took the starter, we installed it here, and actually powered the starter, turned it on, and the flywheel here was running perfectly. So we were like, wow, the starter's good. No problem with the starter. We tried it a few times, and every single time it spun the flywheel. So we performed the same test on the engine that's on the vehicle. We installed the starter and just, gave power to it directly without the ignition, and the flywheel would not spin. So we are working on getting the other flywheel out, but the difference is, I'll show you what the difference is. The difference is in these ridges. So if you look, these ridges are a little bit taller, or the gears, or whatever you want to call them. These are a little bit taller than the other flywheel. We measured it, and these are a little bit taller, and the starter's actually grabbing them. On the other engine that we installed, the flywheel, these gears, are a little bit shorter, just slightly, and when the starter's spinning, it's not grabbing the flywheel. So once we take both of those flywheels off, we'll put them side by side, and we can see. And also the other thing we verified is with the interchange notes, and I'll show you that now. All right, so this is where the problem started. If you see, we're gonna put 2018 Chrysler Pacifica, and we're looking for the engine. Okay, and we're gonna hit the find button. All right, here's the problem. It does not ask you whether the vehicle has auto start and stop feature. Okay, so here's the engine that we selected, and let's look at the interchange on that. Here's all the information, and these are all the vehicles whose engine will fit in this vehicle. So the engine that was provided for this vehicle came out of a 2017 Pacifica. Now here's the interesting part, what I just highlighted. If you read that, it says warning, flywheel, starter, and shield differ on vehicles equipped with automatic engine start and stop. So that's what actually got us. And it also tells you that interchange does not include flywheel accessories or wiring. So this is where the problem is. So if you are installing an engine on a Chrysler Pacifica, make sure if you have an auto start stop, make sure the engine you get is either from the same kind of vehicle or replace the flywheel from your old engine. This is the flywheel from the replacement engine, and you can see how it's different. It's a little bit shorter. That's why the starter's not able to catch it, grab it, and spin it. So this is the one that was on the replacement engine. Alright, so the transmission's going back in after we have replaced the flywheel. You can see in there, that's the flywheel from the old engine. So if you're running into this issue, that's what you gotta do. Like we spent like close to 8-10 hours trying to troubleshoot this issue, and it turned out to be a flywheel. Hope this helps somebody out there.